Hi guys. So I know it's been a while. I'm just got a lot of things going on in my life as per usual. And I'm freaking human, so I get around to it when I get around to it. I'm sitting out in my 3-season room today. It's a little chilly out, but I don't want to wake up my boyfriend, who is a second shifter, sleeping right now. So I figured I'd sit out here and talk to you guys today. So one of the things that happened while I've been away from Survivor 365 is I went on my first vacation with my boyfriend, which was super fun, kind of stressful. Originally, I made one plan, and that got changed because of COVID. Then I made another plan, and that got changed because of COVID. So our third ditch effort was we went to Myrtle Beach for a week, and that was actually super great. Minus that we didn't do everything that we wanted to do, which kind of sucks. But it was still a lot of fun. It was a good first trip. Kind of gave us both an idea of how we both handle stress of traveling together, because anybody who travels even semi-regularly knows that it can be a super stressful situation, and it's not always fun. So there's that. But it went pretty well. We didn't fight too much or anything like that. Another thing that has happened is my grandma was in the hospital, and she is now on hospice, and they say she's only got a couple of weeks left. So I've been spending a lot of time with my family, and that's kind of one of the things I want to come back to and touch base with you guys on is I was talking about the stages of grief, and I'm kind of starting to go through that all over again, only this time instead of a reaction to trauma, I am reacting to loss. Losing my grandma, losing somebody that, I am super close to. But I'll get back to that here in just a little bit. See, another thing that happened, I came in contact with somebody who might have had COVID, so I had to get quarantined and miss work for a couple weeks. That was super fun. I don't know about you guys, but this COVID stuff is driving me absolutely bananas. And I am so sick of missing work and having other people miss work and having to work overtime, and just listening to everything that's happening. As of today, apparently President Trump also has it. So, we'll see what happens there. So it's been kind of a busy, crazy couple of months here. Let's see. I feel like so much more has happened that I haven't told you guys, but I just can't even think of it all. And I've had so many chances where I wanted to get on here and I wanted to talk, and I just didn't get around to it. And now I feel like I don't know what I'm saying. So, all right, well, I'm just going to get into one of the things I know I wanted to talk about today. So in my introductory video, I had talked about music and how much it really relates to everything in my life, how much I love it. I love when it relates to something that's going on with me, or I hear something that makes me feel empowered and strong, or helps me get my anger out, or whatever the situation is. And I have posted some of my playlists and attached them to my YouTube page. I hopefully will get the rest of them done, but if anybody wants them, I can always send them to you. I heard this song the other day that it really kind of hit me, and it's Broken and Beautiful by Kelly Clarkson, and I think it's a song for a movie, but it's pretty much like a women's power anthem. And I don't know if you guys have heard it. If you haven't, look it up, because it really strikes true. It hits you so good, with just making you feel like you are a bad bitch, no matter what you've been through, no matter your struggles, your ups, your downs, your ins, your outs, whatever the situation is that you have ever had to go through, because everyone's had something that they feel has changed them. That song is like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're broken. It doesn't matter if you're pieced back together. It doesn't matter if you're still working on healing, if you're still moving through stuff. You are beautiful, and you are strong, and you can do anything. And I think that is something that really it's such a powerful message, because I think one of the most beautiful things in life is that we are all freaking human, and humans make mistakes. Humans get hurt. We grieve, and we grow, and we learn from all the experiences of life. And I think that's something You know, it's so uniquely human. There's not animals, there's not anything else that feels the way that we feel and changes their life based on what they go through. And everybody else kind of does. Everybody human, you know, you're all unique and independent and different. And no two people are exactly the same, no matter what the internet fads say with basic bitches and all that stuff. I mean, you might have characteristics that fit or that are similar to other people or whatever the situation is, but at the end of the day, you're all unique. You're all your own person. You have your own trials, your own things that just make you who you are. And I love that. I love listening to music and things that just celebrates being human, celebrates making mistakes and being different. And I love songs like that. They make me feel so good, and I love to talk about them. And every time I hear a new one, I'm like, this is awesome. This is really what I needed at this time. And I think right now, because of everything going on with my grandma, I really did kind of need to find something like that. I needed a song to remind me that, you know, even though I grieve, even though I hurt, even though I'm sad, I am still very strong. I can still move on. I can pick the pieces up, and I'm not defined by that grief. It will change me. It will help me. It will do so many different things. And I think that's something that I've always kind of struggled with. When I go through something, I tend to let it change me. And sometimes that change is I stop doing what I'm doing, or I change something, not always for the good. And I think everybody has phases like that where they want to do something different. They want to do something to mark themselves, to show that they survived, that they changed. Like people that do tattoos, or they cut their hair off. Just things like that just they make you feel better, you know, no matter what the situation is. And with my grandma, you know, she is somebody that I can't imagine life without, and I can't imagine, you know, grandpa without grandma. And for anybody that knows me personally, they know that my grandpa is my hero. He is my best friend, and you know, he is somebody that has so significantly shaped who I am today and how I've made the choices for my life that I can't even imagine what it would be, who I would be without him. So to have my grandma passing kind of right in front of my eyes, it's been really hard on me, hard on my whole family, really. Kind of a backstory. My grandma's got MS, which it slowly causes your nerves and things to stop functioning the way that they're supposed to. I don't know all the technical terms. I don't even know what it technically does. I just know that for her, it affected her legs and her ability to walk, and then her ability to support her own weight and stand up. It's now affecting her esophagus, so she can't swallow. And when she was swallowing, things were aspirating. They were going into her lungs instead of into her stomach. And it's just been a lot of things just this year have been slowly taking her health downhill. And now it's gotten to the point where there's nothing left for her that she can do. So we're all working on being there for her and for my grandpa and saying goodbye. They brought her home and put her in a bed at home, and they're making the final arrangements for her. And I also want to give a shout out to my boyfriend for this whole situation, because I haven't told you guys yet the story of my abusive ex. Haven't gotten around to it. Obviously, this year has taken a very dramatic turn for me that has changed how I had planned to do these videos. But when my stepmom passed back, I think it's 5 years ago now, my ex-boyfriend at the time had told me basically that I was on my own. He wouldn't go with me to the funeral. He didn't support me being there, being involved with that side of my family. My dad and I hadn't been getting along, hadn't been talking for a really long time, actually. And so that was my first time seeing my dad or seeing that side of my family in years, and he made me do it by myself. At the time, I was super tore up about it. I didn't know what to do. I was scared. I was sad. I was heartbroken. And then I went and I did it. I did it by myself. And my family, it was so much better than I had ever planned for. I was expecting it to be a lot worse. And so it also made me realize that I am so much stronger than I thought I was. And I did it by myself. And he had convinced me years previous to that that I needed him, that I couldn't do anything on my own. I couldn't do life without him. And that was kind of the first stepping stone to make me realize that I didn't need him and that I was strong and that I could be confident in myself and in my life and move on. So that started that. My boyfriend now has been the absolute greatest with all of the things with my family. He's just like, whatever you need, I'm there for you. Whatever you want. If you want me there, if you don't want me there, if you need me, if you just need a hug, if you want to watch movies or, whatever. He has been so supportive and so just involved. And I honestly, I can't even put into words how grateful I am for that and how much it just makes me appreciate him more and more every day. After the first day of seeing my grandma like that, I came home and I just looked at him and I just said I needed a hug. And he stood up and just held me for a few minutes, and it was exactly what I needed. And, I think having somebody that has been so healthy for me has really changed my outlook on relationships. And obviously, Evan knows all of my trauma. He knows everything that I've been through. And he has just been incredible as far as supporting me, helping me, dealing with my crazy. And he's still here. And, I was always somebody that believed that if I showed everything that I am inside, that the person would leave, that nobody would want me and would want to deal with it all. And he has dealt with every single thing I've thrown at him, and God knows that man has some patience, because I have had a lot happen to me over the last few months. So there's that. So I'm trying to think what else I wanted to say. My phone keeps going off. Do you guys ever feel like there's so much going on in your brain and you just can't form the words to figure out exactly what you're trying to say, how you're trying to say it, when you're trying to say it? I was driving home today and I literally had like 100 things I needed to say. And now I'm sitting here and I can't think of a single freaking thing that was on that list. Well, on the subject of humans being human and being so wonderful and crazy as we are, there is this Facebook group that I belong to that if you guys are not in it, I highly suggest that you get into it. It's only for women, so sorry guys. But it's called Bad and Booty. And booty is spelled like boudoir, so it's Boudie. It's run by a local photographer, Mackenzie Bates, and her all-star team of kick-ass women. And that Facebook group has been such a blessing when it comes to working on getting my confidence back. especially with my body, because those women, they give you everything. I mean, they build you up so much and hype you up so much. I remember at the beginning of summer, I had asked the girls what they thought of me wearing a two-piece bikini. It was a high-waisted one, but it was the first time in probably 7 years that I had actually put on a two-piece, something that you could see any part of my stomach, or that I wasn't wearing a t-shirt over it. And I had expected, maybe 2 or 3, at most maybe 20 people to comment on it. I had like 700 girls within the first 2 hours that just gave me so much love and so much support, and they really it's such a community of wonderful women, and Mackenzie is our ringleader of it all. She is so about body positivity and loving the skin that you're in, and the girls in her group really do just go out of their way to make sure that everybody in the group, anyone who needs that extra hype man, gets it. And Mackenzie, obviously being a photographer, she shows you that doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter if your hair is long or short. It doesn't matter if you have big boobs or little boobs. It doesn't matter if you're skinny, fat, tall, short, whatever you are. She shows you that you can be absolutely beautiful. And I have yet to see a single person in that group not look absolutely just drop dead gorgeous and sexy. And every one of them, if you read the reviews and the shout outs that these girls give, every one of them says that it gives them this huge confidence boost, that it changes how they feel about themselves, and they realize that they are sexy and gorgeous, and just, it's so great. And Mackenzie has started branching out and doing podcasts and all these other things that are just awesome. She is my hero when it comes to getting out in the world and talking to people. It's amazing to me how much this community of women comes together, and how much it doesn't matter, the other issues that are going on today with Black Lives Matter and politics and everything else. These women are still there, and they're, they don't care about your color. They don't care about your political views. They don't care about your age. They just care that you feel like the beautiful goddess you are being a woman. And it's freaking awesome. So if you guys are not part of the Bad and Booty group, I highly, highly suggest you get added to the group. It's amazing, and it will really help shape your views, especially when you've been through something traumatic, and you need that confidence boost. You need, to just feel yourself. That group will help you do it. For me, it took me a long time of being in the group before I was finally able to be like, hey, I need help, and I think as women, it's hard for us to say that we need compliments, that we need that extra boost from somebody else. And if, you're not getting it from your significant other, or you don't know how to go about it, or you're just insecure and you feel like you can't reach out to ask people for it, get into Bad and Booty and ask those girls, because they will give you so much love and hype you up like you are the greatest thing since sliced bread. And it's really, really fantastic how much it makes a difference. And for those of you that are like, I'm confident, I don't need it, awesome. That is freaking amazing. But if you ever have a day, or you have a job interview or a date or something where you just want that extra boost, even then those girls are like, hey, we got you. You are amazing. You are fierce. You are fine. You can do anything that you set your mind to. And in the wonderful words of Elle Woods, they're gonna love you. And so, yeah, I can't think of anything else right now. I will be back with you guys in a new video once I kind of categorize my thoughts. And yeah, so I hope everybody is safe and sound, and that COVID isn't affecting them too much. And have a good rest of your weekend.